Level 1. Limbo. The first level of hell, known as Limbo, isn't truly a place of torment. It's essentially like Earth, but without the possibility of death. The only punishment is the knowledge that this state will remain unchanged for eternity. Dante described it as a place where there is sighing instead of screaming. This is where unbaptized babies go, as well as righteous individuals who were born before Christ, such as Plato and Socrates. Some souls in Limbo were taken to heaven when Jesus died on the cross. He descended to Limbo and brought them with him, though these were mostly Old Testament figures. Julius Caesar also resides in Limbo, as Dante, an admirer of ancient Rome, couldn't place him in heaven due to his birth before Christ. Minos. Before entering the first actual level of hell, souls must face Minos, a figure from ancient Greek mythology. Minos serves as the judge of the underworld, determining where each soul should go based on their actions during their life. When someone comes into contact with him, they are compelled to confess the truth about their sins. Minos then wraps his tail around himself a certain number of times, corresponding to the circle of hell to which the soul will be sent. Level 2. Lust. This level is where those who have committed sins of lust are condemned. Lust is one of the most common temptations used by devils to lure people into hell. Here, the souls are swept up in violent winds, akin to a hurricane, which toss them back and forth endlessly, denying them any rest. In Dante's Divine Comedy, there is a principle called contrapasso, meaning that the punishment of souls must reflect or contrast with the sin itself. Thus, those who were carried away by the passions of love in life are now literally blown about by fierce winds. Some notable figures in this circle include Dido, Paris, and Cleopatra. Cleopatra, in particular, is not only here for her lustful nature, but also because she was considered an enemy of Rome. Level 3. Gluttony. In the third level of hell, gluttons are punished under a constant downpour of rain, sleet, snow, and hail. The souls here are relentlessly pelted with ice, enduring a harsh and never-ending storm. Cerberus, the three-headed dog from Greek mythology, also dwells in this circle, tearing the damned souls to pieces. However, since they cannot die, they either regenerate and continue to suffer in a loop of torment or remain lying there, trapped in eternal agony. According to the principle of contrapasso, those who overindulged in life are now subjected to being consumed themselves. Most of the souls in this level lie down and play dead to avoid Cerberus's wrath. When Cerberus attempted to attack Dante, his guide, Virgil, distracted the beast by throwing dirt into its three mouths. It is at this level that Dante learns on Judgment Day, each soul will be reunited with its body in a state of perfection. While perfection may be a blessing in heaven, in hell, it signifies perfect suffering. Level 4. Greed. Upon entering the fourth level of hell, Dante and Virgil witness a chaotic scene, a vast crowd of souls constantly colliding with each other, much like waves crashing together. They are violently beating one another with enormous bags of money clutched between them. They were people consumed by greed during their lives, endlessly hoarding wealth. Now, in death, they are condemned to a pointless and eternal struggle, fighting over nothing, just as they once fought for the fleeting and meaningless wealth of the mortal world. Dante remarks that none of the souls are recognizable. Their faces have been so grotesquely disfigured from centuries of constant conflict that their identities are lost forever. Level 5. Wrath. In Dante's Inferno, the fifth circle of hell is reserved for the wrathful, those consumed by anger and bitterness in life. This circle is depicted as a filthy swamp where enraged souls endlessly struggle against one another in the mud, each trying to push others down to rise above. Beneath the surface, more souls lie submerged, choking and gurgling in torment. These represent those who suppressed their anger during their lives, now suffering in silence for eternity. The river Styx runs through this level, filled with wrathful souls. Dante and his guide, Virgil, encounter Phlegyas, the boatman from Greek mythology, who ferries them across the river toward the city of Dis, which encompasses the deeper, more terrible levels of hell. At the gates of Dis, Dante and Virgil are blocked by fallen angels who refuse them entry. The situation grows more perilous when the three Furies threaten to summon Medusa, whose gaze would turn Dante to stone. Virgil instructs Dante to cover his eyes, but just as the situation seems hopeless, a powerful angel descends from heaven. The angel's mere presence causes the wrathful souls to part in fear, and with a touch, he opens the gates of Dis, allowing Dante and Virgil to continue their journey deeper into the Inferno. The angel's intervention underscores the divine nature of their mission, ensuring that no force in hell can stop them. Level 6. Heresy. This is the first level of hell where souls are punished for actively sinning against others, and from this point on, the suffering becomes more intense and torturous. Upon reaching the sixth circle, where the heretics are condemned, Dante and Virgil encounter a desolate landscape filled with tombs carved from stone. These tombs stretch endlessly, each containing souls who rejected religious doctrine in life. The heretics lie within these open graves, their bodies engulfed in flames that constantly burn and sear them. The air is filled with the watchful presence of fallen angel guards who ensure the damned remain in their tombs, enduring their eternal suffering. These guardians of hell make sure that no soul escapes its torment. The heretics' punishment mirrors their rejection of spiritual truths, with the eternal flames symbolizing the consequences of their denial of the immortality of the soul. Dante is reminded of the fate that awaits those who dare to deny the core tenets of belief. Level 7. Violence. The seventh circle of hell, as depicted in Dante's Inferno, is reserved for those who committed acts of violence. It is divided into 3 rings, each punishing different types of violence: against others, oneself, and God. In the outer ring, those who committed violence against others are submerged in the phlegethon, a river of boiling blood. The depth of their submersion reflects the severity of their violence in life. Centaurs patrol the banks, shooting arrows at any soul trying to escape. The middle ring is a dark forest filled with twisted, gnarled trees, which are the souls of those who committed suicide. They are denied human form because they rejected their bodies in life. Harpies, monstrous creatures with bird bodies and human faces, torment these tree souls, feeding on their leaves and causing them immense pain. On Judgment Day, their bodies will hang from the trees as a perpetual reminder of their despair. The inner ring is a scorching desert where those who committed violence against God, nature, and art are punished. These souls are naked, tormented by an endless rain of fire, and forced to walk on burning sand. If they lie down, they must remain in that position for 100 years, suffering even more. Also in this ring are usurers who stare endlessly at purses hanging from their necks, symbols of their greed. They are scorched by the fiery rain as punishment for their exploitation, which defied God's natural order. Level 8. Fraud. The 8th circle of hell in Dante's Inferno is known as Malebulge and is dedicated to punishing fraud. It is divided into 10 trenches, each called a Bulgia, where different types of fraudsters endure eternal torment. Panderers and seducers, exploiters of others, especially for lust, are forced to run back and forth while demons whip them. Flatterers. Deceivers who used flattery are submerged in a pit of excrement, symbolizing the lies they spread in life. Simoniacs. Those who sold church offices suffer by being buried headfirst in holes, with flames burning their exposed feet. Sorcerers and diviners. Practitioners of witchcraft and fortune-telling have their heads twisted backward, forcing them to walk in reverse for eternity. Barators. Corrupt officials who accepted bribes are submerged in boiling tar, tormented by demons with pitchforks. Hypocrites. They wear beautiful but heavy golden robes representing their false appearances. They walk endlessly, crushed by the weight of their deceit. Thieves, tormented by snakes and lizards. Thieves are repeatedly bitten, turned to ash, and regenerated, enduring an endless cycle of pain. Evil counselors. Hidden beneath flickering flames, these souls burn for eternity, for leading others to ruin through deceit. Ulysses is among them. Sowers of discord. These souls, who cause division in life, are brutally torn apart by demons and painfully reassembled, only to be torn apart again. Falsifiers. Liars, counterfeiters, and perjurers suffer from incurable diseases, covered in scabs and sores that they scratch incessantly, worsening their agony. Each Bulgia reflects the nature of the fraud committed, with punishments designed to mirror the deceit and harm these souls inflicted in life. Level 9. Treason. The 9th circle of hell in Dante's Inferno is reserved for the most grievous sinners, those guilty of treason. It is a frozen lake called Concise, divided into 4 regions, each punishing a different type of betrayal: family, country, guests, and benefactors. The souls here are encased in ice, with only their heads exposed, doomed to endure eternal freezing. Their tears freeze on their faces, adding to their agony. At the center of Concise lies Lucifer, the embodiment of ultimate betrayal. He is an enormous, terrifying figure with 3 faces, each of a different color: dark, red, and bright, symbolizing different forms of sin. His immense wings continuously beat, generating the icy winds that keep the lake frozen. Dante learns that in extreme cases of treachery, a person's soul can be cast into hell even while their body remains alive on earth, inhabited by a demonic force. This emphasizes the severity of betrayal, as these souls are condemned to suffer in hell before their earthly lives have ended. Lucifer's placement at the center of hell, frozen and exiled from grace, symbolizes the ultimate consequence of treachery, complete separation from divine love. His eternal struggle and the frozen wasteland around him represent the cold, unyielding nature of betrayal, which leaves those who commit it in a state of perpetual torment and isolation. Thanks so much for watching. If you had fun or learned something new, give this video a like and hit that subscribe button for more awesome content. Don't forget to tap the notification bell to never miss new videos. I'd love to hear from you. Let me know in the comments what you want to see next. Stay curious, keep exploring, and I'll see you in the next video.